What's going on, my fellow Jedi and Padawans? Welcome back to another Jedi gaming video. Thank you guys so much for coming back to the channel. If you guys are new, welcome. As you can see, we are on our Titan today, going over the Ager Scepter once again, but this time in a PvP fashion. And let me tell you, this thing is an absolute beast in the crucible, especially with the catalyst and with that overflow eating your super. Absolutely destroys Guardians in their super as a group. Oh, it's amazing. Definitely love it. So let's get right into this build right here. Super fun for Crucible in my opinion. Switches it up from the meta. You're not rocking a shotgun and a hand cannon or a pulse rifle. You know, doing a little fun things. Don't have to take it too seriously. I absolutely love this build. Definitely have made a few kids mad just because it's stasis, but this thing rocks in sixes. Super fun to use, so let's get into it. Definitely suggest you try it. First off, the man of the hour right here, we have Ager Scepter. Definitely you need this weapon with the catalyst. If you haven't done that yet, check in the upper hand corner, have a video on how to get both. Super great, super worth it. It is an amazing PvE weapon and super fun to use right here in PvP. So we're going to be using this because of its catalyst. When you hold your R or your reload button, it drains your super energy, overflowing the magazine and empowering the beam with bonus damage and the ability to slow and freeze targets, which is super amazing when you have that procced, because once somebody's slowed in the Crucible, they're basically done for, especially with that extra damage that this thing outputs. It's crazy. And then another super important part of this catalyst right here is you can use it until the magazine is up or super runs out, or you stole the weapon. So let's say you wipe out 3 people and you've only used a third of your super bar and there's no one else around. You just switch weapons and it cancels that overflow and you will still have 2/3 of your super. So it's super easy to get that 1/3 back, and then you're right back to overflow and just slapping people. So once you wipe out people, just press square again, press your R button, whatever controller you're using, or you can switch your weapons and it stops the super consumption and you are good to go. It is perfect. It is one of the best parts about it and definitely essential for how to use it in PvP. Next, we're moving on to my Palindrome, my favorite weapon right here to use in the Crucible. This thing absolutely slaps for me and it just backs up Ager Scepter. Super perfect, because you do only get 50 bullets to start out in the Ager Scepter, which you can kill about 2 people with that 50 bullets, but you might get the third one down just enough, and this cleans it up where you can get some more green ammo. Blast Brute for me. I love this thing in Crucible. Finally got a nice chain reaction. Been grinding out some kills with it. Love this thing. Moving on to my stats. We got our 100 recovery. So whenever we're taking damage, we can dip behind. Cover real quick. Bada bing, bada boom. Got your health back. And then 95 intellect. So we're getting our super fast, so we can eat it and apply it to our Ager Scepter right here. I paired this build with the one-eyed mask for the one-eyed Jedi. This thing is great in those gunfights, especially when you're taking on more than one person. You get that kill with that damage, you get your overshield back, you're overflowed, you can wipe out basically all 6 people, no problem at all, even taking that extra damage just because one-eyed mask keeps proccing and you are good to go. Super important for this build. Made it super fun for me, and I have high energy fire on, so when we are charged with light, boom, doing even more damage with that overflowed scepter. Next, right here, we have a couple ones on. We have fastball just because I love hucking my nades, hand cannon dexterity for our Palindrome, and then radiant light just so we can have that extra strength going on, and it just gives me, it's my perfect pairing for powerful friends, which I love. That's my definite go-to for PvP. Radiant light on a piece of armor, and then powerful friends because it pairs well with that extra arc. Next, right here, we got our taking charge mod for getting charged with light to apply for high energy fire, which we had on our helmet. Next, right here, probably the most important, trace rifle scavenger. This allows you to just have basically unlimited ammo for your Ager Scepter. You pick up a brick and it's basically a full clip. So super important to have, and then I just pair it with hand cannon holster so it slowly reloads my Palindrome when I need it to. Finally, right here we got outreach, so every time I pop a shield I'm getting that melee back, and powerful friends, like I said, to pair with Radiant Light, just so we get that extra oomph on our stats. We get a little extra movement with that mobility right here. Next, we're moving on to our super right here. Obviously, we're using Behemoth just because pairs super well with Ager, Scepter, and the Stasis. We're using Glacial Grenades right here for a few different reasons. We love the freezing aspect, and this helps give us our shards that we are looking for, because Tectonic Harvest, when we shatter those crystals, we get those shards, and then when we pick them up, we get extra melee energy, which is perfect because Ager Scepter, also when you have that thing overcharged and freeze people, you get crystals as well. Pairs perfectly. Right here we have Cryoclasm, just so an extra little movement and we can shatter those stasis crystals with our slide. Fragment wise, right here we have Whisper of Fissures for the extra damage on those stasis explosions. Whisper of Shards right here so we can get our grenade back even faster. And then Whisper of Conduction, so those little stasis shards track to our position so we can get our melee back even faster due to Tectonic Harvest right here. So that's it for the build. Like I said, this thing is super amazing, super fun in my opinion to use in 6s. Just switches up the meta, like I said, so much better than just using the typical guns that you have been using for 4 seasons, 5 seasons, even longer at this point. So definitely worth giving it a shot. I absolutely love this thing. Super fun. Now let's get into a gameplay just to show you guys how powerful this thing can be. Watch how I pop that super, consume it, use that catalyst power to absolutely annihilate people, and then switch off of it so I'm not ruining my super energy and get it right back. I can go overflow about 7-8 times in a match if I'm doing it right. Perfect. The only thing is I did forget to record my voice. I happened to have my microphone muted because I was in the zone when I was playing last night recording that video. So it's just going to be gameplay, but it does showcase how absolutely crazy powerful this build can be and how super fun it can be. So definitely try it out. Hopefully this gives you guys something new and interesting to try in PvP, especially on those Titans. So thank you guys for watching. Enjoy the gameplay. I'll catch you in the next one.